how often should I adjust bids in my PPC campaigns? When it comes down to bid adjustment, really important with a lever that you can use in different instances. This can be to increase your bids and to decrease your bids. So if you are asking about how often should I adjust bids in my PPC campaigns, we are adjusting bids and also targeting, like adding negatives based on the volume of information that you're getting. Example, if you are going to start with a low bid strategy, where you're going to have a bid that is maybe equal or lower to the suggested bid by Amazon, then you are going to gather data. Sometimes what can happen is that you're going to get just a few impressions and not enough clicks. Then if you're going to start adjusting bids for that time, it can take a few days or a week, even if you are increasing the bids. If you're starting from a higher bid, for example, your average suggested bid from Amazon is $1, you're going to bid $2 to $3 because you want to get more data, then you're going to accumulate more data. Therefore, you need to optimize your bids on a daily basis. Even if I'm saying daily basis, think of it as I'm not going to optimize today's data, but I'm going to optimize 2 days ago's data because that is already legit. That is like Amazon already made the 24 to 48 or even 72 hours lag that is within Amazon and other ad platforms is going to kick in. So you are basing your bid optimization on real data. Now, you know your account. Why I'm telling you these two strategies is because if I'm going to tell you that if there are this many clicks, you should optimize, it goes against everything what I believe in, because if you're watching from the beginning of the show, I was telling you there are different strategies. For a discovery campaign, you might need to get 20 to 30 to 40 clicks until you take a decision. But for exact match campaigns, which means that this is the keyword that I want to show up for, and for that keyword, this is my outcome, which is a bad or good outcome, then based on that, you can decide way quicker. But as a rule of thumb, be aware of the fact that higher your CPC is, it's higher the likelihood that you're going to get eyeballs, impressions, and then clicks. Whenever it's not part anymore of a strategy, you should pause it. And then what you can do, since it might be one of those, like, I'm not sure what to do, and I see that it's not anymore part of the strategy, but it's bringing sales at a high ACoS, I don't know what to do. And giving you a super clear example, we onboarded not long ago a brand that had a lot of campaigns on, most of them, like 90% of them, and they were spending a lot of money and it did not perform well. So our action plan in that case was, what is our goal? Because if the brand's goal is profitability right away, we're going to take all the action steps in order to make that brand profitable as soon as possible. So we're going to decrease the amount of spend on the things that are not working well, and then keeping the same amount of spend on the things that are working well. Now, in that scenario, when it comes down to disabling or pausing the campaign instead of optimizing it, I would recommend you take note of all the campaigns that worked well previously. I would pause those and take note of which campaigns that you paused, because you would come back to those campaigns and analyze them. If it makes sense for you to optimize those campaigns, you would consider, should I optimize first or should I keep it paused? Our rule is, if it's not part of the strategy anymore, just pause. But what if this could become part of a strategy later on and it performed well and it brought in orders? In that case, we would still pause, revisit, and make sure that within the campaign title, we would add exactly why is this campaign still on.